Well, let's see who's around today. I haven't been on live for a while. I was up in New York for a couple days. Let's see who's around today. I haven't been on. What they call a affiliate summit. An affiliate in computer talk is when you get people to sell your product for you. It's really marketing, but it's a way you find people who have communities, and so they already have a community, so they could help you. Damn this. The recording is, boy, I hate this AI compute. The AI, damn, I see. The, the camera, I have one of these AI cameras and it has a mind of its own. I can't control it at all. I say, oh, let's go, we're not gonna do that. Oh, yeah, forget about that. Let me see if I get back to the other one. Okay, there it is. It just flips on me. So flippity doodah. So, but what excited me is there's 7,000 people that market on the internet. So you may, if you're out there, if you have something you're selling on the internet, this is really the biggest conference there are. And they have it once on the East Coast in New York and another on the West Coast later on. And I'll probably sign up for the other one too. It was so good. And just the feedback from what we're doing. Yeah, I used to go to these things all the time. Because when I was doing infomercials and stuff like that, you had to rely on other people. And that's what I did on the infomercials. I didn't buy computer time or TV time to sell my product. I found people who had TV time or other ways, email lists and things like that, who would think that my program would be of interest to their community. So they would offer it to their community, and it would, and we'd share revenue. I'd give them a piece of the action. Now, any member or non-member, if you want to sell our service, which is $20, and the average price when people buy, if you go to letsgohelp.com, you'll see our offer there. And because you could buy 1 month, 3, 6, 9, 12, or whatever month, our average sale turns out to be $50 or so. So what we do, if you want to join us on and be what they call an affiliate, we will give you 30% of that. So you could take our product and sell it to people that you think would be interested in learning how to get one-on-one help for government programs and to apply to them like we do. And you probably, most of you now know what the heck I'm doing. And you could make money with it. We send you 30% of anything that your customers send us on the first sale. If they recur and things like that, we're just not set up to do that. So that's why we load up the front for you to do that. Now here is a way to do it. I have I see Sabrina put up that. Sabrina, I have another easier way for other people to find out. If you go to tinyurl.com/letsgoaffiliate. So, I mean, all the people, TikTok people and all those people are making a lot of money on that. Boy, I see my same thing that they talk about how they did it and everything. It's the same way. It's the same. You just try a lot of stuff that doesn't work before you get lucky and find something that does work. And that's what all of life is. So most of us want to know exactly what works, and you won't know. And that's why you'll try something and it won't work, and you'll say, well, that's not for me. No, you can't do it that way because you'll never do anything and never get anything done. Let me get this, tiny, tinyurl.com/letsgo affiliate. Okay, so this is a tinyurl.com. I don't know if you see this backwards or whatever. tinyurl.com slash Let's Go affiliate. But so many people were really impressed about what we're doing. See, you can't find this anywhere. And what's happening in our society now is inflation is still going strong. People don't have enough money. People aren't earning enough money. Wages have been stuck for the last 45 years. Inflation has gone up like 400%, but wages only went up about 30%. So nobody can stay afloat. So that's why I think people need to know about this option of it's now about $5 trillion is given out by government and nonprofit organizations to help people stay afloat. But people don't know how to use it because it's not like Google. We're used to using Google. And Google is where you get people that want to get money from you. And what you need is people who want to give money to you. So none of them are in Google, or if they are, you'll never find them. So you have to stay away from Google. So we have the only thing in the world, and I know that for sure, I've been studying this for 50 years, one place where you could go and learn how to apply for every government program you're eligible for. That's right, every government program you're eligible for. and that's what I always dreamt that the government would do, but they never got around to doing it. So I said, well, it's about time we do it. So I'm sort of at the end of my career a little bit. I figure I have about 10 more years to do this. And we finally set up a place. And what's unique about us, you'll never find anywhere else, is people that are members help you. That's what you do. So you don't talk to me or whatever, or Sabrina and people who've been doing this all their life. You talk, the people who just learned out how to do it, they help you. Like Megan, I see she's online here now and helping people, that they help you. So you got somebody like you know, can relate to your problem because I've been doing this 50 years. Yeah, your problem's starting out, man, I'm getting bored with that, but it's very important. So that's why I want to get you the help that is related to you more than, you know, my help can be. And that's what I think is so unique when I saw that's happening, because I didn't design this way. It just happened serendipity, and that's what you have to do with all your life. You're an artist. See, the art. We're all artists with our life, and we don't know what it is. What you do is you put some, you know, paint on the canvas, and that, you know, you have an idea maybe what to do, but as soon as you put a stroke of paint on the canvas, that your idea changes and it's something else, and that's what happens with your life. So that's why the more things you try, the more you're going to, and the faster you will get to where you really want to be, because you don't really know what that is. That's art. You have to create your life by what's right for you. Nobody can tell you what's right for you. You have to do so. You have to listen to your heart and try things and keep failing until you narrow it down what it is. And that's the only way you get there. It is through trial and error. And that's why the thing is, you can't spend money doing it because you're going to run out of money before you do it. So that's another, to me, a great thing about Let's Go Help. We show you how to get anything for free. You want to start a new career? Okay, here's how to do it for free. Don't go to Google. If you go to Google, they're going to tell you how much money you need to do that. And that's true, but it's not true all the time. And there are options. You don't know your options. See, everybody in Google is going to tell you what's good for them, not what's good for you. And that's why what we do is show you people who do the same thing that you'll find in Google, but these people get paid to find out what's best for you, not what's best for them, because they don't need money from you. They're not there to get money from you. So that's why the people who want to get money from you, they're going to explain to you why what's best for them is also best for you. And they'll go through all kinds of machinations to get there, because that's how they make a living. But you can't rely on that, and that's, unless you have money, fine, then you could blow money and find out eventually, hey, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, and do it with money. But right now in our country, people don't have that extra money, and they're living day by day, And right now, if you see the data, 90% of us have not seen a wage increase for like 45 years. 90%. 90%. So the top 10%, they're doing very well. And I think after these 4 years, they're going to be doing a little better. And we're going to get stuck. Like right now, the major programs out by the White House now is one is giving the taxes. Okay, the average millionaire will get an extra $12,000 a year. The average person making, like $30,000-$40,000 is going to lose $1,600 a year. So you're going to make $1,600 a year less than you did last year because of the so-called tax, beautiful tax break you're having. But no, because they're taking away other programs that now you're going to have to pay for and everything. So you're going to have to come up, because of the tax cut, you're going to have to come up an extra $1,600. And that's for the lower income. So like it disappears about $55,000 or so. So then you get about getting even. And then after that, maybe you get $10, $12, stuff like that. It's not meaningful money. And the meaningful money is up on top. And we're giving them, the top people, we're giving, the budget is going to spend $1 trillion to give them a tax break. And they're going to get $1 trillion from the people, from services for people who can't afford them. So you're primarily your healthcare services. So what you're getting in healthcare, they're going to take $1 trillion from that and give it to the people who already have $1 trillion. Well, we're not going to change that. So that's why you have to learn how to deal with it. And that's why the other thing is happening is tariffs. Now he's talking about all this kind of stuff, whatever, but it boils down to, at least the data I've seen by official economists and really think tank, it's going to cost the average person, $2,400. So that's another thing. For you to live on, you're going to need an extra $2,400 to live on. Okay, so you need an extra $1,600 to pay living expenses, and then for the other expenses you're going to need that come through the tariffs. You're going to have to pay an extra $2,700. So that's $4,000 for people that are living so tight. Nobody has that money anymore to live that way. So that's why I think our stuff. I mean, that's why I can't believe that we do this for only $20. $20. That's it. And you get one-on-one help. And every day we have about 40. 4 hours. Sometimes 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours a day now of people that are live. And it's never actually, when you give us $20 a month, we're never going to charge you anything more. Okay, so there's never that. You could get all you could eat. It's like a Japanese smorgasbord. You go up to the trays and get all you want to eat. So that's important. The opportunities that come up, that's what's important that you all have to learn. At least I believe, but I'm biased, of course, and we all are, so you have to be careful. And that's why another thing where we always give you money back if you think we screwed you or whatever like that. It's not worth it for us or for you. We're not here to buy yachts and go to the moon and stuff like that. We're here to help people get through this life, because the life is pain. And it's going to poop on you. And so to dodge the poop or to get galoshes on so it doesn't dirty your feet, that's what we're here for, and show you the help that's out there. See, because the rich use this stuff. That's how I learned about it. I was helping Fortune 500 companies do this, and it was sort of like millionaires become billionaires, and I got sick of doing that. They don't even need the money. So that's why we concentrate on people who really need this money. Because right now, even like Doge and Trump and Elon Musk, all those people don't need this money. So how could they relate to people who need this money? And they use the hell out of it. And that's why they complain about people taking advantage of the government and waste, fraud, and abuse. I mean, that's nonsense. I mean, it's true, but I have waste, fraud, and abuse here in our little company. And it's not rampant. It's not putting me out of business. I have to keep track of it. And that's why, but see, Elon, so that's why they want nobody to apply to the program. Elon Musk gets $8 million every day. $8 million every day from the government. So we're giving $8 million to Elon Musk as he's going around and taking money from all the other people who get government money. So why don't we look at his? Actually, we do. And he's been investigated by all the agencies, but it was really clever when he and Trump started out. They got rid of all the offices and the agencies that investigate waste, fraud, and abuse that Elon was part of. So they couldn't investigate him anymore because they were. And it's fun to be king. And that's what the hypocrisy is bothers me. But there's nothing we can do about it now until the next time we vote. But you have to learn to live with it and learn what's out there. Remember that you can't, it's not Google. You can't get help with Google. Also, remember, you can't get help by just filling out an application. No. The way you have to get help in our society now is through talking to people, because it's too complicated out there. You see all the junk that's on the internet now. You get 1 billion websites for anything. How to get grants to start a business, okay? You'll go to Google and get 200 million. That's right, 200 million websites, 200 million. And you don't know a good one from a bad one. That's why you can't do that, okay? Because you'll get tired and weak, and the sharks are gonna get you because you're trying to solve that problem. And everybody's telling you about this and say, oh God, if that's the only way I'm gonna solve it, okay, I'll get into debt further and do all this stuff and get in worse trouble than I am now to try to get out of the trouble you are now. And you can't do that because there's people that help you do all this for free. And not us, we charge $20. But what we do is show you the free people. So you come to us and then we show you how. This is the last money you'll pay to get help. That's a pretty good tagline, isn't it? The last $20 you'll ever spend to solve your financial problems. Ooh, I like that. See, marketing on the internet is all about titles and headlines and what they call clickbait. And it's real. Last $20 you'll ever spend to solve financial problems. Also, what came up today, I was learning, actually a friend of my son is involved with a venture capital company that's heavily invested in HVACs. You know what HVACs are? Okay, that means heating and air conditioning units, okay? If you're looking for a job or a career, this industry is booming. HVAC, this is something in Fortune magazine. Spending on AI data centers is so massive that it's taking a bigger chunk on the GDP growth than shopping. So we're going to spend more money on building AI data centers than we spend in shopping. Wow. Now, so you don't want to be a computer nerd. That's great. But you know what keeps AI computer centers running? The guys who fix, or the girls, the women and men who do the heating and air conditioning system. They have to run the computers. You have to, they're incubators. You have to keep them nice. So the buildings has to be cool, warm, all that kind of stuff, or AI is going to go through the clouds. No, that doesn't sound right, but you know the point I'm trying to make. So that's what it is. So that's a big career. I mean, and you don't need a degree. You could be male, female, monkeys, I guess, could do it too. I don't know. But you get trained for free. Now, here's the deal. It's not going to cost you any money. If you go to Google, it'll cost you money because you'll only find people that are going to give you that training and charge you money. You can't go to Google and get this training. And if you're not sure if this is it, and because it's part of what they call the apprenticeship programs that we have in our country. And there's many variations of that. And so here's how to look get to those programs. And you could actually there's apprentice programs for everything, to be a chef, to be a teacher, to be, actually school districts are doing that because they need teachers so badly. You go and work for the school as a janitor or something, but you're also training to be a teacher. So you do teaching, janitor, I don't know how they do it. I'm sure it's different in every city, but there are many, many cities that do that because we have to have people, and people don't have degrees. Only about a third of the workforce has a degree. So if you don't have a degree, what's happening now is that we're going to have more and more programs, jobs that are high paying without degrees, but you need the skills. So if you're starting out now, and if you want a job that's $100,000 to $150,000 a year, okay, and you don't have a degree, and it doesn't matter what age you are, maybe if you're my age, they don't want to invest in somebody 80 years old, but you never know. And what to do is go to careeronestop.org. If you're a member of Let's Go Help, go over to the Unlock My Goals, and you'll see a link there for your career. And this will all be in there too. But if you're not a member, then go to careeronestop.org, and you'll see, you put your zip code in there, and you'll get a local county office for that. You call them and make an appointment. You have to make appointments. You have to call people. You have to get the information from people. You can't get it from the internet. I don't know what's happening. You need somebody to talk to ask stupid questions, because the internet is trying to snow you, like me. I just wrote a new headline. I can maybe snow you. Clickbait. The last $20 you'll ever spend to solve your financial problems. How do you like that? I think that's, I'll put it out there and it won't do nothing. It's fun to try to think of them. And that's what it all is. I mean, you're going through the internet and click. This is part of why I do these suits. They're clickbait for TV. When I was doing a lot of TV shows and commercials and things like that, I dressed like a clown, a fool, right? My parents did not admit I was their son for the first 10 years on television. But I knew if I didn't act and dress this way, nobody would pay attention. And I was a professor for computers for about 5 years. And I taught adults who were trying to get a degree in computer science. And they had jobs during the day, and they came, to take classes in college at night. And I found out if I couldn't keep them awake, I couldn't teach them anything. So the first thing to do is keep them awake. So the same way in business, if I can't keep you awake, man, I can't help you at all. So how do I do that? I got my attention since I was a kid, but no results. Well, K. Charles, it takes effort. That's it. That's why I'm helping more people now with letsgohelp.com, because we help you through the process. You can't just find a website, fill out the application, and you get the money. It'd be nice if it happens that way, and maybe it does once in a while. They're the kind of people, when I did infomercials, I'd find somebody, and they're easy to find. You can find one of anything, and get them on the commercial, and they would talk about how, yeah, I got this, I found out about this, fill out the application, and got $100,000 by Tuesday night. Yeah, I mean, there's that out there, but that's not going to happen to you, me, or anybody else, So, but we're making that happen because we're teaching people what you do when that doesn't work. You have to, because right now, see, there's not only one place, and people think there's only one place. Like, if you need money to pay for a rent, people are looking for a rent grant or whatever. Okay, fine. And they'll find one finally on Google or whatever, a friend or whatever, and they'll say they're out of money. And then you go home, oh shit, I tried. Or they say you make too much money. Oh shit, I tried. And you go home. Can't do that. I mean, right now, go to this website right now, findhelp.org. 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 Go there and put in your zip code, and then put in rent, and you'll see 50, 70 to 100 different organizations where you live to get you free money to pay rent. So it's like getting a job. You ask one person for a job, they don't want to hire you, or they have no more jobs, or whatever. You don't go home and wait for them to change your mind. You got to find another place. It's the same way with solving financial problems. One doesn't happen. You don't stop and say the world is end and nobody loves me anymore. That may be true, but that's because of what you did last year that we just found out about. No, there's 50 to 100 more places. I mean, I just did and that's what's neat about AI. Yeah, you could use AI to find those places too. Just don't use Google. AI, like I just did one. I think I don't think it's on YouTube yet, but it's on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram, the Matthew Lesko. And I'm putting it there first because we have an app that sort of takes our videos and puts it all places, but it starts like on Instagram. So I just did that. And I found 120 organizations that give grants to small nonprofit small businesses that have trouble getting money. So this is grant money from $5,000 to $50,000 that are by nonprofit organizations that just go to small businesses that are in low-income entrepreneurs with small businesses. 120. And I just did that in AI. I mean, it's just wonderful. So I have the link there if you want to see what that is. And it's out there. You have to get the list. You're looking for a job or whatever you're looking. This is your life. Don't think it's going to be easy. No, life is hard. You know that already, right? So it took a long time to get into the mess. You're not going to just have a magic thing to get out of it. Us guys that are writing clickbait want you to think that. I bought $100 of fart coin. Oh yeah. I need money for mortgage and no one has any money. Well, no one you talk to has any money. And that's it. There's help out there. And that's why you have to get a list. And so for mortgage, I would go the same thing. If you're not a member, you go to findhelp.org, put in your zip code, and then just put in mortgage. And you'll find at least 20, 30, 40 organizations. I'm going to put it in my zip codes here because I never do mortgage. Find help. Findhelp.org. Put in my zip code 20009. Okay, and when I get mortgage, I'm going to put mortgage. Okay, what do we got here? 67. Okay, now what you have to do is be prepared. You may have to call all 67 of those. And why? Because you don't really understand what they're doing. They don't know sometimes. So that's why you have to talk to somebody. You reading something will not get exactly what you need or be able to understand what you need. And even if they can't help you, they're very important to you because they are the people who could tell you where else to go. People that are not even in this list, things that are coming, and all these kinds of things. So you have to use this as like your think tank or your, what do they call them? Power brain or something like that. You ask them because they help people like you every day. So they may not be able to help you because their constraints for their money, but they know other people, what other people have done. So that's what you want to know. Because Aunt Millie never probably had a problem. The people you talk to maybe that have that and haven't done this kind of research. They do this 24/7. They're the people you want to talk about what to do. Maybe your aunt, your uncle, or friend would have something, but not the scope of every one of these people will have. A broader scope because they do this every day just to help people like you. That's the key to everything in America to me. And see, 40% of everything in America is made up of these kinds of people. 40% of our economy are government offices and nonprofit organizations that give free money to people to help them change their life. 40%. 60% is capitalism. And capitalism is here for everybody to make money. But if you don't have, and that's fine, you use capitalism if you have money. But what I'm trying to do, the people don't have money, you have an option, and probably a better option, but that's biased too. A better option, because these are people who are not telling you what is best for them. That's what capitalism is. They're trying to convince you what is best for them, trying to get money from you, not what's best for you. They'll try to frame it and make you believe that it's best for you. And they'll stretch it 1,000 different ways, to say why this is good for you, but it's really best for them. And that's what capitalism develops. It develops our expertise and how to convince people that what they have is the best thing in their life, and they better give you money. But now that nobody has money anymore, and it's not going to get better. I think we're just in a thing in our society where America is no longer the big dog in the planet. Our power is gone. Our trust is now starting to maybe go down. And as being the king of the world or something, that days are over. I mean, we all get our chance. It was, England, and they were leading the world at one point, and they're gone. So it's Greece. What happened to them? They were the smartest people ever. Rome, the same thing. They're all gone. So this is world history, and we're tied into it. So on the big picture, and look at now, all the rich folks in the country, all the rich countries. There's another group called BRICS, B-R-I-X. That is almost as big as us already. So that's why, Russia, we say we're putting tariffs or whatever on Russia's oil so they can't make money. They're going all over the other places in the world and getting money for their oil. We don't rule the world like that. China, the same way, man. The tariffs on China, what I've been reading is that, China is not being affected more because they went to other places in the world instead. And we're not really the power we think we are anymore. But if you're an old guy like me, you think it is because that's all you heard all your life. Let's see, there's another thing I want to talk, I think, about. About affiliate. Okay, so that affiliate, if you're interested in being an affiliate, costs nothing. I don't charge anything, but you have to have a community or something. How are you going to make a commission on us? So that's tinyurl.com/Lesco affiliate. Okay, tinyurl.com/Lesco affiliate. Okay. And I had another one. I forget. Let me look at. The job opportunity of a century. That's right. I mean, don't forget, we are spending more in AI than anything else in the world. Okay. Oh, here's the how to find 120 grants. Yeah, I just put that up, I think, yesterday. And let me get that link for you. Okay. I'm going to put that, go to ChatGPT, and I'm going to put this here for our members. Here's what to put in ChatGPT to get 120 grants for small business. For low-income entrepreneurs. A lot of organizations you have to know about. Okay, I'm gonna put that there, and I'm gonna try to put it into YouTube also. Let's see, in the chat in YouTube, or maybe the description in YouTube. I think that's what I'll do. I'll put in the description of YouTube. Okay. Edit. Okay, so here's 120 Uh, yeah, because don't forget, having your own business of some kind is really the best way to have an unlimited income sometimes. Show me a list of, it didn't, why it didn't transfer over from one program to the next. Why not? Why not? Oh, I see. It didn't go there either. uh, yeah, maybe because I didn't do it right. That's okay. Yeah, show me 120 CDFIs. That's the kind of organization. Okay, CDFIs. Okay, let me see. I get this. These are nonprofit. Yeah, it may not. Oh, yeah, here is a copy. Okay, CDFIs. So I got to put this again in Let's Go Help. Yeah, okay, it's there in Let's Go Help. So that's the ChatGPT. So when you sign up to ChatGPT for free, so don't worry about that. Now let's see if we get this in. YouTube. Yes, okay, I got it in YouTube too, okay. Yeah, so learn how to use ChatGPT because you can get the free stuff there. Nobody sells you anything there like they do in Google. So you want to learn how to do that. Okay, guys, I got 2 grandkids coming over in a few minutes. And they're looking for Bozo the Clown. Actually, they call me Popcorn. What's a good website to find financial help for free? Findhelp.org. And when you go to findhelp.org, you want to call people in that to get help. You call them. Nobody will charge you money. Okay. That's what's important. I understand it's confusing to some people because they don't know much about the economy. Oh, none of us do. I don't think people know. The people who say they know, they don't even know. So you just give it your best shot and don't try. The worst thing to do is trying nothing. You don't really know what works, but you know what doesn't work, doing nothing. So you just keep trying shit until it works. The only way. And that's why then the thing is, you can't spend money because otherwise you won't find, you'll be running out of money before you find it, okay? Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, if you want to be an affiliate and help people learn about the great things this country has to offer. I mean, that's the way I see it. Man, where else in the world can you get all this stuff for free? So that's why you have to learn how to use this. It's almost nobody teaches you. They just teach you how to spend money around here. When all the rich people know, that's why this town now is full of billionaires because they all want more free money. And this is the best place to do it. So even if you're not a billionaire, there's an average of $18,000 given out to every adult every year. Let us help you, please. Without using fat. Yes, Aaron. Look, yeah, we have some reports on that, Aaron. Go to, let me get you something to start there, okay? Let's go up to, on the left-hand side, there's a tab that says Meta Grant Report. Okay. I'm going to get that link for you and give you, because in there I have a section on paying for college, okay? That's where to start, okay? Do you see, I forget who that was, Aaron, E-R-I-N. Okay, let's keep helping each other, guys. I mean, I refer to this, what we're doing now is a loving, joyful community. And it's hard to keep that up. It's easy to get slipped and turn out to be an asshole like a lot of other people. So we have to help each other to be loving, and joyful. So I'll talk to you soon.